Hi everyone, Taylor here from Accounting Therapy. Today we are doing a quick demo on reviewing your vendor list in QuickBooks Online to see who may be eligible to receive a 1099 at the end of the year. So this video is going to be geared towards our clients whom we will be preparing their vendors 1099s. If you're interested in that service, please definitely outreach to us. However, if you are looking to review this on your own, I think you will still find it applicable and helpful. So follow along while we hop into our QuickBooks Online test account and go through this process. Okay, so here I am in our Accounting Therapy test account. Over here, I have our menu bar. If you're seeing something different than this, go ahead and click this gear icon, and then you're going to want to switch to, this will say accountant view. Go ahead and click that, and you should default to what my menu looks like. So from here, we're going to start in the reports section. So we're going to go to reports and then reports again. And you can see here that I automatically end up in my custom report. You might be over here in standard. Go ahead and pop over here to custom. If you are a client, you will have these already prepared for you. However, if you are just following along to review your vendor list, you can definitely create these reports yourself. This is a vendor contact list, and then we're just going to need to customize it to include the some fields to review, which you'll see what those are as we kind of work through this process. And this report is your default expenses by vendor summary. And we just need to customize it for the date range and sort it in descending order. So I'm going to go ahead and start in this vendor contact list. So let's go ahead and click here. So this is going to open up my vendor contact list as it stands in QuickBooks Online. So next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this tab. So I'm going to right click, duplicate. And that's just going to populate another one of these reports. And from here, I just want to click this little blue hyperlink that says back to report list. I'm going to pop back into my custom reports. And then I'm going to click my expenses by vendor summary 1099 initial review report. Now this demo is for the 2023 calendar year, so you can see that it's defaulted here, and my report's already defaulted in descending order. So from here, we are going to review this list to see which of these vendors that we've had expenses for during the 2023 calendar year, or whatever calendar year you may be reviewing, is eligible to receive a 1099. Now, if you're a client, we will have sent you a little blurb, high-level recap on who is eligible to receive a 1099. You also can find that information on the IRS website by looking at the 1099-MISC, miscellaneous, and 1099-NEC information pages, and they'll go into who is eligible to receive these in great length. So for now, I'm just going to go straight into reviewing these reports. So taking a look at this report, I know that Amy's Consulting is going to need to receive a 1099, and let's see, LA Property Management is going to need to receive a 1099, and coming down here, We Store for You should have received a 1099. However, they are below that $600 limit, so I really don't have to worry about them. And this is really helpful why we sort this in ascending order, so that basically you can just look, find your 600 range and rule out anybody below that, and just focus on these vendors who you paid $600 or more to during the calendar year. So I'm going to focus on LA Property Management and Amy's Consulting. So from here, I need to check my vendor contact list to ensure that I have each of these people's vendor contact information and ensure that they are marked as eligible to receive a 1099 in QuickBooks. And because this is what we're going to use to pull our final reports for approval before preparing these 1099s, preparing and submitting these 1099s. Okay, from here, we're going to pop back into our vendor contact list. And here you can see we have our vendors. They are sorted by who is eligible to receive a 1099. It has their tax ID included, address, email, and of course the name. So what we are doing here is reviewing vendors that we've identified on the expenses by vendor summary as eligible to receive 1099 to ensure that we have all of the information that we need in order to issue them a 1099. So let's start with Amy's Consulting. We have her email, we have her address, we have a tax ID, and we have her marked as track for 1099. So she's perfect. She does not need anything. But then Los Angeles, or LA Property Management down here, we only have the address and they are not marked as eligible to receive a 1099. So what we need to do now is identify LA Property Management's other information, and we need to enter it into QuickBooks. So if you're a client, we've been sending you, your new vendors added each month in order to request a W-9 and input this information if you think they're eligible. Hopefully you've been doing that along the way and your list is very small on who you need to outreach to. So next step would be to issue LA Property Management a W-9 to obtain their email address and a tax ID number. So I actually already have this information, so I'm going to go ahead and update it right now. So I'm going to go under Expenses and Vendors, and I'm actually going to right-click this and say Open Link in New Tab. So now I'm going to go to my new tab, and I can look up LA Property Management. And this takes me to their vendor card. So from here, I just need to edit on the side, and I can add their first name and email address. And let's see, I already have their street address in here. Great. And down here, I'm going to enter their, it's actually a sole proprietor, so I'm just going to enter in his social security. And this is very important. We're going to click Track for 1099 Payment. We definitely want to get this box checked. That's what we're going to use when we prepare the final list of vendors for our clients to review to sign off on the 1099s vendor list and correlating amounts. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and click Save. And if I go back to my first tab, Vendor Contact List, I can go ahead and give it a refresh. And now you can see that LA Property Management has the email, tax ID, and is marked as yes for track 1099. So once you have this list completed, go ahead and let us know. If you are reviewing this for your own purposes, then you know you're in good shape and you're ready to go for January because you've got all of that great information in there. It's going to make preparing your 1099s much more of a breeze than it normally would. And just another quick tip or trick, if you have a lot of vendors that you are needing to review, you may want to pop out these windows so that they are side by side versus in separate tabs. You can just easily, let's do that and pull this guy. Okay, once you get them kind of set up side by side, you can also pop back in this little, this menu bar. So it gives you a little bit more real estate here and kind of format these reports so that you're seeing everything all at once. That way you can compare here to here and so on. Might be a little bit easier than, popping back and forth each tab. So anyway, that is the conclusion of our demo. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to outreach to our team. We're more than happy to help you prepare those year-end 1099s. We know they can be a pain in the behind, so we're here for you as a resource if you need it. Thanks so much for watching with us today, and we hope that you found this helpful. Thanks.